Once upon a time, a long time ago, when there was no time, the earth was encased inside of this thing we call the ring. And the ring is ringing in my ears because I'm having a hard time hearing what's really going on. It's my precious master stole it from us. We are the lollipop kids, the lollipop kids, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road.
You know, when you elected me to be your president, I want to let you know, I did not have relationships with that woman. No. You want to know what the Matrix is? What is the Matrix?
Luke, do not give in to the dark side. There is no try. Fear leads to jealousy. Jealousy leads to confusion. And confusion leads to the earth.
Good after morning. This is not a test. The current world you know as Earth is completely built upon a lie. Everything upon everything, your belief in God, the ether, scriptures, words of God, history, even your belief in the devil, is all lies forced into your mind from the day you enter into your mother's womb until the time you are born and until the time you die, and you're recycled back into the earth and put into another fetus, because that's just what the heck is going on. This is a story about the earth and how it's in relative relation to the story of the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, indeed. There is somebody up there on the top, the fiddler on the roof, and he's messing with you. They're all lies. The art of deception and the manipulation of time and space is an absolute forced influence upon your current perception and reality. Concerning this perception and reality, we have physical anomalies pinned as
the Santa Claus Sun and Snow Globe Academy 21st century. Yeah! Hello, I'm Roy, and let's talk about anything, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about. The sun goes across a super translucent material which is calibrated and orchestrated by quartz crystal. The same quartz which runs your clocks, watches, and computers. And this is the same quartz which is calibrated by the cycles of the sun, which passes the earth. What is the Matrix? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The earth is basically 2016 years old. And it's not really years. They are revolutions of the sun. The sun calibrates through crystal, and quartz crystal calibrates our bodies and our minds. And this quartz crystal is being calibrated, roughly speaking, 700 735,930 cycles. And that's the revolutions of the sun. And that roughly puts you in the year 2016. It's only cycles of the sun which calibrate and causes night and day. The sun controls the quartz crystal, and the quartz crystal is what controls the clocks and the watches and the computers. And basically, the sun can spin around the earth extremely fast. And so in turn, people may not be able to move as fast. This is why on certain days you're very, very tired. You may have thought that you slept 24 hours when in turn you've only slept for a couple hours. This is pretty scary, but it's really true. Yes, we need to throw out the erroneous ideas that men were cavemen, monkeys, or even dinosaurs existed on the earth. We need to throw out all the foolish illusions that the earth is prehistory by millions of years. We need to throw out the folly that the solar system is millions of miles away and that there's galaxies way out there. We need to address the upfront, clear, hard, physical evidence of what is going on. Pay attention to what's going on around us with our two eyes, our ears, our nose, our hands. Stop reading. No, I'm serious. We need to stop reading these books, Bibles, and dialogues, and scriptures and stuff. Those are all staged events. You have to understand that I'm telling you the exact truth. They're staged events. We have to, it's just to keep you going. Unless you know that you know that you know that you know, then you really don't know. You're confused. You believe. Yes, seriously. So aging is an illusion. The new age is indeed not, but then again it is. Aging is an illusion. Chemicals and poisons introduced into the air, the water, and the food creates this illusion of aging, sickness on us. And this toxicity causes death. And the death is around us. It's a deterioration. If you don't think there's death here, there is. The air is extremely toxic. Open a bag of something, that's not processed and watch it deteriorate before your eyes. Fruit and food. And even you can take and get the wax out of your ear and take and smell it. And that's a stench there. You can take, there's corrosion. I mean, there's so many evidences how toxic the air is. You pop you some popcorn, and within an hour, if you leave it out, it becomes stale. I mean, there's so many factors here. Banana, you can watch it turn brown within minutes, and apples and oranges. I mean, just different types of things that shows. And it's amazing how the human brain is able to withstand even this corrosion that is forced upon this existence and upon the people that live in this globe. The earth is enclosed within the globe. Yes, the exact same globes you see at the stores at Christmas time. Yes, this is basically a snow globe story. This is about Santa Claus. And when you press the little button on the side of those snow globes, the styrofoam goes around, and you notice that in the center of the globe that the snow or the styrofoam able to build up, and it stays pretty much cooler there, and the snow is able to gather up because it's the least point of resistance, and that's where there's least action. In the center also there's other factors. Is the distance of the top of the dome and the bottom of the dome of the globe of Earth is why we have snow in the North Pole, and that's why Santa Claus lives in the North. Oh, but indeed, I'm telling the truth. Airplanes are also a factor because they spray chemtrails, which have CO2, and that is blown by the power of the sun, because the sun oscillates for some reason, and it blows the wind, which will be a gentle breeze for us around 82 degrees. But because we interfere with the atmosphere, we have pressure and barometric pressure, which causes dynamic and drastic climate change. And that's what they're talking about when they talk about climate change. They're basically talking about messing with you. And inside this globe, the Earth is flat, and it has high plateaus and low plains. There's recycled rain there. Yes, the entire Earth is inside a round globe, which is flat at the base. And how would we escape? This explains how does the water escape? Or basically, we are inside of a globe. The crystal is just like a snow globe. I know this is hard for people to fathom. I've listened to the flat earthers and all these people speculate of how the world is inside of ice. And even under that fact, the pressure of the water, it's just impossible for the earth to be sustained inside of ice like that. We have to look at the entire picture. And at hard physical evidence, the floor of the earth is translucent, and we can't get through that. There's hard physical evidence, clear evidence that the earth is encased inside of a translucent material, both on the bottom and the top. And so we can only assume that the sides have that same translucent material. And if you look at the oscillations or the evidences of the sun and its movement, you can tell that the earth is indeed a dome. And so we are inside of a dome and a globe, just like what you see in the stores when you go buy these little snow globes. I know I sound crazy, but it's really the truth. And what's interesting is that there is hard physical evidence that there is a pumping filtration system in the earth. The same type of filtration system you will see in aquariums. And this filtration system utilizes carbon particles and natural fiber filters from the bottom of the center of the inside of this earth, or this globe. And they recycle up, branching out to various high elevations and mountains, producing waterfalls and hot springs. They even melt inside of this earth with these giant machines, and they use these giant machines to do lava in these factories. And they are located, and they use pressure, which release through a pressurized system we call volcanoes. This is crazy, but it's true. The scientific equation makes it impossible for ice to keep water from penetrating. So your explanations that the earth is inside ice, from when I left, I don't recall seeing snow like that. I know I sound crazy, but this just is the truth. But I do know that the earth is encased inside of a translucent material. The Van Allen belt, the Orion's belt, the dome, they are all the exact same thing. It doesn't take anyone with a rocket scientist or degree to understand that that's what this is. So when you're talking about those things, they're the same thing. We are inside, encased in the dome. There's a lot of physical evidence that we've made many attempts to escape or shoot through or blast through this translucent crystal, and from the bottom and the top. Now we have an issue about the sides. The sides are hidden for whatever reason, and it would be nice to get a nice group that have a good amount of money and secrecy and radar jamming technology to feed us some high definition video of the edges of the earth, if that is going to be possible. It is definitely hidden from us by humans, not by grays. We can address those things later. The pyramids and all of those things are staged. Our history is staged. The earth started at the same time. Roughly, like I said, the earth is in the revolutions of the sun. It is not time. It's just illusions, which the brain believes in these illusions. Our brains are calibrated and orchestrated and forced to believe in this. So that's true. What else? The light, the sun, it could be moving from the left to the right in a straight line because we're in the dome, or it could be going around the earth. This science is still yet a mystery to me. When I left the planet, I do not recall interacting with the sun whatsoever. I do recall leaving the planet, and when I left the planet, I do remember going through the dome. How that was possible behooves me. I'm still trying to go back and remember how we got through the dome. Outside of the earth are flat horizons. A beautiful place where there are absolutely no, the first thing you notice when you leave the planet Earth is that the air is clean and pure. Your body begins to heal right away. Your aging goes away. And your true age, or whatever that is, your true identity, what you are, you begin to morph back into your original form. And whatever that is. My particular case, I remain human, but I was goodly. My skin had no blemishes. It was in perfect health. There were no corrosion whatsoever. The ability to move from one place to the other, you're able to fly just like Superman. I know that there is a computer technology there that allows you to do that. You can interact with everyone and everybody simultaneously. And whatever, you can go to certain places. There's large glass cities that scale several miles up. This is because there is no gravity there. However, the cities are calibrated through a technology that keeps them suspended in the middle of nothing. There's nothing there. It's just flat. There's no round globes. It's just made like the globe, except there's not a glass around these cities. They don't need that protection or whatever this is. This is a imprisonment. And there are giants like humans there. Don't recall. I do recall only one type of species, which angelic, and which is clear, and I have hard physical evidence of that. Maybe the other things were erased. I do remember agreeing to have my memory erased. I know this sounds bizarre. I made an agreement to have my memory erased, but inside of the depths of my hard drive, inside of my brain, the ghosting began to formulate, and I have been able to decrypt a lot of the information. I don't know if that was done on purpose or by mistake. Perhaps they want me to know, but all the important things for me to know were taken from me. There's love there. There's unity there. This place people call heaven, but I would have to just now debate now because of the control that's going on Earth. You know, why is there control like this on the planet Earth? Why are the people not freed, and why is people used as batteries on this planet? There are so many questions I have, and yet I have all the answers. I know that that there is a technology here that people can escape Earth, and you can escape in your physical body. People say, I hear spiritualists say that you have to be like energy, light, and no, you can leave this planet physically. If that wasn't possible, then there wouldn't be the Van Allen belt. There wouldn't be the translucent dome. There wouldn't be the extreme conditions. The Earth can be escaped, but for some reason we are, as humans and whatever else creatures on this planet, are kept here as prisoners. And there are some advanced humanoids on this planet. All of us, really, technically speaking, should be advanced. I know I'm rambling around, but I just want to let you know and address the situations of what's been spoken about the Earth. The sun and the moon are the same exact thing. Now, there's still a mystery there. I've been making communication with the sun and with some entities that have been aiding me. I've been teased a little bit. I know that there's so many lies built upon lies that now I question even the hard physical evidence that I have. It could be staged also, since I know the behavior of these fifth dimensional entities. And I'm not trying to say anything bad against a specific entity who has taken a lot of interest in me personally on a real, hard, physical, upfront reality. And that's why I'm able to speak and say the things I say. A lot of people talk. It's mostly speculation. They just don't know what they're talking about. I'm still looking into the fact of the ice walls. It's not, it doesn't make, even if the ice walls go up, it's not logical enough. It's more to it than that. The earth is completely encased inside of crystal. The top is a dome, the bottom is flat, just like a snow globe. And I know this sounds crazy, and there are some angelic creatures, and they do not look like grays. As a matter of fact, this is going to get a little bit bizarre. There are angelic creatures that look like lions or tigers. Now, I've seen this. This is real, and I won't tell you what I've done, but this is just what is right now. Now, could this be illusions? For technology to be that far advanced, that's pretty impressive also in of itself. I do not believe that this is just an illusion. There's hard physical evidence of this. There is a reason why we are dumbed down on the planet Earth. Taking out of the factors of how we destroy ourselves and all the factors, we do not know what creatures are capable of, such as lions and tigers and bears and things like that. Their intelligence is held down on purpose. So is ours, and our anatomy, our abilities, our strength, our mind, our pineal gland, just all sorts of things going on there. The earth is enclosed in a dome right now. Most of the things that are written in scripture are illusions and lies, including the stories of Christ and Jesus and God. Although there are some things that I'm keeping some secrets from you. I'm withholding some valuable information on purpose. But this is really the truth. I hope this helps somebody who's researching and trying to find the truth. It would be nice for a group, a covert group, to get together and bring us some hard physical evidence of the sides, S-I-D-E-S, of the dome. The top of the dome I already know about, and the bottom of the dome, we've not been able to get through that from this perspective, from this realm. Now, the fact that I've been able to get through, I know I'm not the only one. However, I just want to say that this is for a reason and a purpose, and most of it is negative energy. This seems to be entertainment for entities which are calibrating on a higher frequency. The debate for some time was, that humans are not real, that we're not considered real. I know this sounds like I'm making this up, but it's really the truth. Humans are considered what we considered PlayStation games, or we're just not considered real. But my argument is that we are real, and that even though spirits can use us, we want to live also. But there's something about this flesh and about what is left here in the mind of the individuals. The dragon, don't know if there's an actual dragon. I've only had contact by verbal, but not physical. So this just could be just technology where somebody's just jacking with our equipment. And we have had physical. Of course, this can be done. This radio frequency. I mean, I'm not surprised. People, pay attention to what is and not what you read. It's time to put down the books, the scriptures, the artifacts, and just pay attention to what the people around you, what they're doing to you, the hypnosis, and what other humans are doing to other humans to keep the secret. And I know that these humans are under the guise and control of these higher humans or entities. I want to talk about so much more, but that's about all. Until I see you where I am already, open your eye. Open your eye.